Guys, do me a favor. When you come into this video today, can you please give it a thumbs up? Do that for me so other men like yourselves will see this, please, because there's some things I want to talk about today. It's going to be like a little rant, okay?
What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Rome back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, hope you subscribe. So the lady that you saw on the screen, that is Keeping It Real with D-Real. She has been a longtime supporter of the channel, and I'm gonna tag you and make sure y'all subscribe to her channel and support her. I've been trying to get her on my channel for the longest, so D-Real, if you're watching this, please, I want to get an interview or get a collab on one of my live shows, because she does tune in to those every now and then as well. And and also donates to the channel as well. So D-Real, thank you so much for being a supporter of the channel, and Passport Bro supporter as well. And if you check her channel out, she has a few videos going over that as well. So anyway, I came across this video because I wanted to show her some love, because it's been a while since she posted anything, and this kept popping up on my feed and it's doing really, really well. And she, as you can see, she goes on one hell of a rant. Now the video is almost a half an hour long, so what I will do is, like I said, I'm going to tag her and then leave the link to this video, and I'm only going to react to about half of it, so that way this video isn't too long. All right, you guys. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it.
Now, we all know that men are no longer dating, and there's a reason why. We all know that. And these are men from all walks of life, whether they're young, middle-aged, older men, because there's not women out there that they want to communicate with. There's not any good women out there that they want to deal with anymore. Men have had it. They've had it up to here. They've had it with you modern women. Okay, and like I said, younger men, middle-aged men, older men, there's no choices out there for them anymore. None whatsoever. And I don't blame them at all. Okay, and it's not just a handful of men, a certain group of men. It's countless men that are saying the same thing. So if all of these men are saying the same exact thing about modern women, then it has to be true. Okay? It has to be true. Now, men, I want to tell you this, and I know a lot of you already know this, but there's some younger guys out there that may not know, and they really need to hear this. Leave these modern women alone. Please, leave them alone. And I know a lot of you have. That's why you've walked away from that stuff. Walked away from dating, everything, marriage, everything. Leave modern women alone. They're evil, vindictive. They want everything that you have, and they will take everything that you have. Okay? All they have to offer is what's between their legs. That's all they have to offer. If you take that off the table, what else do you have? What? Nothing. Because they can offer nothing. They can't even boil an egg. Okay? And they act like they're so strong and independent and they don't need a man. No, it's not they don't need a man. The men should be saying, where are the good women? That's what the women are saying. Where are all the good men at? No, the men should be saying, where are all the good women? Because there aren't any anymore. Okay? You act like you're so strong and independent. All of this stuff. No, you're not. You don't know what the word strong means. You don't know what the word independent means. Okay? Now let's go back in the day from my grandmother, my mother, my great grandmother. Okay? All of the traditional ones. Okay? Those were strong women. Those were independent women. The way you're using those terms today are totally different from what they used it as. Okay, example, my grandmother, and mind you, I'm not talking about these young grandmothers these days. No, I'm talking about the older traditional grandmothers, okay? Now, here's the thing. If my grandfather was sick, my grandmother knew how to do everything. That's a strong woman. She would get out there and wash clothes. And hear me out, okay? You women are so lazy. You have everything in the palm of your hand are ready to make everything easy for you. Microwaves, okay? Everything's pretty much done for you. Microwave, a smart stove, a refrigerator, everything's there for you. Whereby those people back in the day, when they got ready to wash their clothes, they used scrub boards and they hung their clothes on lines to dry. Now you have washers and dryers to do that for you. So you don't know what strong is. Now back to when
Now, I want to chime in on what she just said right there because this reminds me of the conversation that Kevin Samuels had with that young lady who said, well, now that we don't need men anymore and we have this and we can do this and we can do that, we don't need the man and yada yada. And then he was like, there you go. He said, we finally got one that admit it. And then she over here, no, why don't you help us do this? And why don't you? And I was like, nah. Because he made a valid point. He said, y'all have more advances and more available to you than the women of the past, but y'all are far worse than those women. And see, this goes back to what I said in one of my other videos when I said some of these older women are jealous of the younger women because of how easy they have it, and yet and still y'all still find a way to make things difficult, especially when it comes to this dating, relationship, marriage situation. And they want to sit over here and say, oh well, a man should be doing this and this and this and this and helping me do this and this and this around the house. Now, I know when it comes to the 50-50 conversation, that really doesn't play a part because, I understand, you want to help each other out, and so be it. Even though I grew up in a household that wasn't like that, but like I say all the time on my channel, everybody ain't for everybody. However, you gotta admit, man, for these women that have the advances in the technology and the things that they need in order to get things done around the house now, these women are far more lazy than the women of the past. My mom is 69 and she will agree with me when I say, matter of fact, my mom tells me this. My mom will go out of her way to tell me, like, Jerome, these women are lazy. And she said, if you can't find a woman that doesn't do this and this for you, don't even waste your time. If she over here talking about money off the rip, walk away. This is my own mother giving me this advice. But see, this is the difference between that older generation of women versus the newer generation of women. You understand what I'm saying? Because I use my mom as another example when she was telling me about how she made my niece change her clothes when she saw how short one of her skirts were.
What strong is. Now back to when my grandfather would get sick. My grandmother did everything that my grandfather knew how to do. She would go and do it. Okay, that's a strong woman. And here's another thing. She was also a very feminine woman. Okay, very feminine. But she knew how to do hard things that my grandfather knew how to do. And here's the major key. She still knew her place. And even though she was out there doing these things, she wasn't trying to take that masculinity away from my grandfather. She did what she had to do. Strong, independent woman. As far as independence goes, She didn't follow behind other women like you women do when you come in my comment section of a video I made. And this is what you'll do. You'll say, well, this is what she really meant. How do you know what she really meant? You're not in her mind. She said exactly what she meant. Stop sugarcoating other women. I guess that's this sisterhood thing. You guys need to find something else to do. So being independent, that's not independent, because an independent woman can think for herself. She don't have to follow up behind other women and agree with other women. I'm a woman, and if I know something's wrong, I'm not going to agree with you just because I'm a woman. That is wrong. So you're not independent at all. And all you want is what men have. No, you have your own money, you said. You work, you do this, you don't need a man, all this stuff. Yes, you do. And you know you do. Okay? What about all this stuff that's going on in the world? Do you ever turn on the news? All this stuff that is going on in the world, do you see what's going on? But you say you don't need men, and they're out there fighting for you right now. Yes, there are women out there fighting too, but these men are putting their lives on the line for you. And all this weather and all this stuff that's going on, okay? When your power is out, who do you see out there turning your power back on so you can sit in the AC, so you can sit and watch TV 3, 4 o'clock in the morning? The men are out there doing that. Who's doing all this cleanup? The men are doing it. And you know you need men. You just want to sit there and act masculine, act like you don't need men. You need men. I need men. So stop the bull crap. And stop coming in my comment section saying stuff. Oh, she meant this. She knew exactly what she meant. I made the video. I know what she meant. If she was going to say something else, trust me, she would have said it. So she said exactly what she meant. So stop making up excuses and sugarcoating these other women. Stop it. If you know so much about men, then go ahead and start your own channel if you want to bash men. But that's not what my channel is about. My channel is about how men are mistreated. They don't have rights the way they're supposed to. The way you women lie on them, that they have a child that's not even theirs. You're getting child support that you shouldn't be getting because that is not his kid. You do not want DNA testing mandatory. Why is that? You're so against it. And another thing, my grandmother would say, the guilty pig always squeals, because you're guilty. Why not? Why don't you want mandatory DNA testing done? Because you're guilty. If someone...
Yo, derail is going on. But yo, that's always been one of the biggest hypocrisies when it comes to today's women, man. And these are the same women that are still over here and say all men do is cheat. All of them cheat. All of them do this. Well, hold on. If that's the case, then why come every time when I watched the Maury, it seemed like most of the women on there didn't know who the fuck. Like, how is it that 80-90% of y'all that go on the Maury show always fail paternity tests? But y'all sit over here, I'm like, yeah, no wonder y'all don't want that shit to be mandatory. Because see, here's the thing, man, and it goes a lot deeper than just being guilty. The reason why they don't want to do that, the reason why they don't want it, fellas, is because a lot of these girls be what Jada Black would call double D clutching. Because a lot of these girls, they ain't gonna admit it, but they be smashing more than one dude at a time sometimes. And typically what happens is that there's a dude that she's smashing that she's really into, but he ain't acting right. And then there's the dude that she's smashing that she know that's good for him, but she really ain't that into him. And this is what they call Rollo Tomasi would call this the dual mating strategy. And typically what ends up happening is, more than likely, she probably ends up she's hoping and praying that she gets pregnant, and by the good guy, if it does happen to be the case. But More often than not, it seems to end up being the guy that that really ain't good for them. So what they end up doing is they end up lying and keeping this secret to themselves. And then you got this guy who's over here trying to be stand up and be there for the child, only to turn around and find out down the line that it's his. How many videos have I done of men finding out years later after their kids are grown that they found out that the kids ain't theirs? Remember that he's like 60, 70-year-old judge? He found out like 2, 3 kids weren't his. They grown ass adults and he's still over here helping take care of them. Are you kidding me right now? I think the percentage is like somewhere between 30 to 40% of men that get paternity tests find out that they're not the father. That percentage is far too high, especially for women to sit over here and act like they so damn morally, like they got such a moral high ground when it comes to this shit. And let's be honest, y'all aren't loyal like those women in the past that y'all claim dealt with so much. Y'all don't have the same loyalty as them because y'all have far more access to men compared to those women of the past as well, and y'all have done everything to take advantage of it. And that's the problem. And that's what's so funny about women. Y'all so quick to want to put a leash on men, but see, y'all don't want to have that same energy for yourselves. Crazy, man. Let's keep it moving.
If someone says something about me and I know that's not concerning me or that's not me, I'm not going to get angry. I'm just going to overlook it, right? But when you're guilty, you're always the first one to have something to say. So, if you know so much about men and you want to bash men, make your own channel. Start your own channel, and I wish you the best. But stop coming in here telling me she didn't mean that. If she didn't mean that, she wouldn't have said it. Because you women love to talk so much. That's what she meant. So men, leave these women alone. What you've worked so hard for to build success, prosperity, everything that you've worked so hard for, do not let these women come in and trick you and take everything that you have. Please don't do that. I've seen so many men that have starting at the young age, 18, 19, 20, that have saved up money and they were on their grind, side hustles, everything. Now, I'm not talking about drug dealers either. I'm talking about the good men that are saving money because they have a goal in mind for their life, their future. But what you women want to do, okay, these women don't have a plan. They have a plan to take your money, but as far as their future and giving you wisdom and knowledge to help you build, and what you don't realize is to help a man build, the both of you together, you appreciate things more. I'm talking about you women now, okay? You appreciate things more when you help build from the ground up, that hard work. But if you just get things handed to you, always taking, you don't appreciate anything. What do you appreciate? Appreciating that you got something for free. So men, please, I beg you, even the younger guys, do not let these women come in and try to finesse things away from you by what they got between their legs. That's the only thing they have to offer. Nothing else. They're not going to do anything for you. They want you to do all this stuff. They have a whole list of things that they want men to do for them. A whole billboard. Can you imagine a billboard with a lot of things that women are saying, hey, this is what I want a man to do. This is what I want him to do for me. This is how he should look. This is his salary he should make. A whole billboard. But the stuff that she has to offer you can go on a little tiny sticky note. Come on. I am so sick of this foolishness. I'm sick of the dumb shit. I don't have time for the dumb shit. Okay? I don't have time for it. So guys, please, please don't let these women do this to you. Don't. And I know you guys are really smart. I know you are. I know my subscribers. I know you guys. And by what you say, the things that you've gone through and things like that, and you'll never get in another relationship or get in another marriage or whatever. I do not blame you. Do your thing. You worked hard for what you have. Do not let no one come in and take that away from you. Do not let them do it. Because these women, there's something else, I'm telling you. And I'm a woman myself. And it's embarrassing. It is. They get on TikTok, get on all of these platforms and bash men. Be careful what you say, women, about these men. Be careful what you say, because what comes around goes around.
And again, shout out to D-Rail. Like I said, I'm going to tag her and leave the link to this particular video because it's about another 13, 14 minutes to it. And I didn't want to make this video extra long. However, she did make another point that I say all the time on this channel. As women have been able to provide for themselves more and more and more, it seems like the hypergamy has risen, and the more they ask for, the less they seem to be offering. And it's kind of weird because one of the main things that you hear coming out of women's mouth is like, oh, they only giving us the bare minimum, and oh, if he just does this and this and this, that's the bare minimum. I'm like, y'all ain't even making the bare minimum on y'all end. Because like she said, if you take sex off of the table, what are women really offering nowadays? What are they really offering? At least a man, if you say, okay, if you take sex off the table for a man can still provide you other things. Hell, if you take money off of the table or having a certain high salary, men can still provide other things. It's just that women have become so materialistic thanks to this capitalist society that we live in, along with it being amplified through social media and other avenues. Women really feel entitled to all this stuff for just existing. And then when you give them a little pushback, they get butthurt and then they start shaming you. Because reality is, guys, they don't really have an answer for it. So that's all they can do in order to try to get you to do what they want you to do. Like she said, don't let them finesse you. The manipulation tactics, the shaming tactics, that's how they finesse you. Just walk away. Even my own mom said this. She said, Jerome, they get to talking like that already. Just walk away. For real, man. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification. That way y'all know what I'm uploading. Hit the like button because that's with the algorithm and helps me reach a broader audience. Also, look out for the travel vlog channel. Unplugged Traveler link is in the description because this will probably be the last video that you see me here. This is my last night in Cambodia. So next time you see me, I should be in Brazil. More than likely going live with Passport Blueprint. All right. So until the next video, you guys. Deuces.